Good morning, America. This is your Silver Sun speaking, trying to give you that feel-good feeling on a Saturday morning. Rise, for a weekend war is about to begin. Light against darkness. This country really is a place where a war on everything can happen on weekends. They call it a duality. A church? But it's not. It's a multiverse. But within this multiverse are dualities that rage on a daily basis. Rich versus poor. Black versus white. Commie versus fascist. But what is happening around the world? People are predicting that Stalin lives, and people are predicting that he will win in the end. I thought that standing for God, standing for us, standing for what is righteous and what is true and beautiful and bold and brave and courageous and wondrous. I thought that in the long run, everything in the beginning will reflect the ending. And that everything in the beginning could be seen at the end. But time and its ways is mysterious, especially in the fourth world, and it is so not real. The thing is, I am real. And I have to go to a real afterlife after this. And all I want to happen is for me just to switch off and to wake up as a newborn baby in my next life. I don't want to go through an afterlife in this country, in this place here. Because the world isn't real. But the afterlife could be realer. And it's very disconcerting the amount of technology there is in this country, which they've always had, in some respects. And when you look at the statue in Daniel of the different civilizations in bronze, in gold, in iron, in clay. They really are communist in some respects. They just don't know it because they haven't read Marx and they haven't read Trotsky or heard of Stalin. But their civilizations, they're coming together around a God and they have technological applications that is really not, that shouldn't be around in that time period. That's what I think this place is in some ways superior, because here showed up in India 500 BC. This place showed up. It showed up in Jerusalem when Jesus was there. And it would have showed up in Rome when Peter or Paul showed up. It would have shown up in various other places where kings, monarchs, and other royals would dwell. And they're communists. And this goes back centuries. This goes back millennia. This goes back to ancient history. The tech, I believe, has always been ingrained in these types of cultures. And because this is some experiment, Jesus didn't die on the cross. It was James. And Lobsang Rama, Lobsang space Rama, R-A-M-A, he through the transmutations of his own cat, he was able to come to the deduction that Christianity is founded on not Jesus' cross, but James, Jesus' twin brother. I really think Buddha or Buddhists, Tibet, Lhasa, they really do have a different version of history that people need to listen to, and they need to examine, and they need to uncover. Even India, with the Indian Jesus coming to India, what's his name? This technology that we have here, that can be used to make food, is not going to be around forever. People are going to leave this place. They're going to de-invest. And they're going to go to the future. Because I am stronger than time. And under certain parameters and my own built-in limitations, time cannot be accelerated to its fullest extent. It cannot be slowed down to its fullest extent. The technology within my head has a stranglehold over time. I am stronger than time. No one can get around me. I think Hollywood is going to fall into the ocean when the pillars that it's standing on, the giants, get blown up. There's going to be a flood, a severe depression, tsunamis, earthquakes. And it could happen at warp. Operation Warp Speed, for example. And there is one other thing that I have been worrying about, and that is the Black Plague. That it may return from its path, be dug up. If they drill too deep, they might uncover a lair of dragons. I do not want to die. I have been screwed over by too many people, high and low. But I know going public with this type of contentious fervor, I feel that it's just a matter of time before someone puts a bullet to my head and pulls the trigger. But I had 27 good years. Sure, there were some low points. I went through an acute depression. It wasn't an acute depression, it was a weekend depression. I would go through a severe depression just on the weekends. What the weekend depression is not a thing. It was manifest by the fucked up for the company I was working for. And yes, they were gay. And yes, they were responsible for the nefarious activities for the company that I worked for. That was Mojo, Publicis. And they would come around to my place and they would sack the shit out of my temple, my inner sanctum, and they would depress out of me. And it was supernatural. It was. But I'm glad I'm here now. I'm glad I'm away from these supernatural entities, these supernatural forces. But I still feel the push and pull, and I still feel But it's just tech to me. It's just tech. It is, and it's really piss weak. It is. And no one really knows what Israel is capable of until they see the ties it has to the Catholic Church, to the underworld, to governments around the globe. The jury is in charge. Satan is in charge. The Dark Lord, the Dark Prince, the Prince of Wind. This guy is the guy. He is the man. And I've always pushed for coexistence. I've always tried to have a civil relationship with Satan's and with people of evil origins. My infectious comedic behavior tries to tickle their funny bones and tries to give some good medicine back to these poor, sorry, cold, dead people. I like to be known as the good medicine man, because through humor you can elevate your feelings, you can rejuvenate your body, you can feel light, you can feel human again. So